So today I'm doing something a little bit different, something that I don't normally do. I'm going to do the strip down challenge where you set a timer for 10 minutes and then you just talk without editing. And it's kind of terrifying because I always edit and I tend to ramble or like mess up what I'm saying. So to not be able to edit this is going to be bad. But this is a perfect day for it because, like I said in my last video, I've gotten really bad about like recording and editing and having them prepared. And I realized what time it was already today and I didn't edit my video for today. So I was like, well, by the time I edit and actually get it uploaded, it's going to be like midnight. So I thought today would be the perfect day because I can just talk to you guys about stuff and then put it right on the internet. No editing. So we'll see how it goes. I do want to say, I don't know if you've ever been to Colorado, but I have this mark right here on my lip, not herpes, okay? It's not a cold sore. It's actually a split. I woke up the other morning and I just went to like yawn and my lip split open because it's so dry. We keep getting these like fluctuations where it gets like hot and then cold, hot and cold, whatever. And it's really messing me up. So I got this like cut on my lip. So just wanted to mention that. But I thought today would be good to talk about like my story, I guess, like about me, how I ended up in the US. I'm not sure if you guys know, but I am Canadian, so I've mentioned that a couple of times, but I've never really said like how I ended up in the US. And someone did suggest that. See, I'm already messing up. But so I thought I would just tell you guys about that story. Pretty much when I was 11, my mom went on a cruise and she met a guy. And then I remember being at our family cottage and she was like, hey, just wanted to let you know I'm getting married and we're moving to the US. And I was like, okay. So being 11, like I just thought my world was ending because my cousin, like I wasn't gonna be able to see her and she was my best friend. We were like sisters and it was bad. And I don't really remember a lot about that time, but that's pretty much how we ended up moving. And I'm really sorry if the camera keeps shaking. I'm trying to hold this iPhone because I have nowhere to put it. I forgot what I was going to say. But anyways, we moved to Washington State because my mom did not want to move to California because that's where he lived. And she didn't want to move to California because of all the earthquakes and stuff. So we moved to Washington State. And I remember like telling, when I got older, like telling her like, I'm not staying here. Like I'm going to move back east. Like I want to be with my family. I want to be with my cousin. Like I don't want to be here anymore type of thing. So I ended up meeting my ex-husband there and had the two of my kids in Washington. And then we ended up moving to Rochester, New York. We'll just say things didn't work out. So after some time went by, you know, I met Matt and I'm so glad that we moved because my life has been totally different ever since I met him. And, you know, he's been an amazing person with my kids and everything. And I mean, he's pretty much like their dad. So it's been awesome. So then once I was in, I mean, I never had any intention on like moving after that because I just want to be close to the family. But with the job that I'm at, they did offer a position in Colorado and said like, you know, we have a new spot if you want to go out there. And I just thought like Colorado would be so fun. And people that live in Colorado, you know, hate me and hate people like me that everyone, you know, because it's getting so overpopulated and so crowded. But what do you expect when it's like the most magical, beautiful place on earth? If you're thinking of moving here, it is horrible. Don't move here. It's the worst. The weather sucks. No, I'm just kidding. It's awesome. But yeah, it's definitely getting like majorly overpopulated. I'm so glad that I work from home because the drives are ridiculous, especially on like a Friday going up to the mountains. Yeah, have fun with that. It's like 5 hours of traffic nonstop. It's really bad. But I do have to say, like, I get asked, this hair's driving me crazy. I do have to say, like, people ask me, I get asked a lot, which is weird, like, where's my favorite place to live? Because I do move around a lot. And even though, like, I'm always going to be a Canadian. Like, that is where my heart is, but I don't really remember, like, living there that much because I was so young. So I don't remember, like, going to school, or what it was like to go grocery shopping, or like, I don't remember really the weather. Like, I just don't remember like what it was like to live there. So I'd have to say Colorado, because like so far in my adult life, this is hands down the best place that I've ever lived. Like, and it's not even so much about, it's hard to explain. Like, it's not even about one specific thing. It's just in general. Like, we can do so much more here because it's always sunny out. And there's just more to do. Like, I'm an outdoor person, so I like camping and hiking and kayaking and all that other stuff, which when you're in like Rochester, it's really limited. Like, when you're trying to think of what you want to do on the weekend or at night, it's like, do you want to go bowling or go see a movie or go for a walk? Like, there's just, I don't know. It just seemed like there wasn't that much, because I've never been like a nightclub bar type of person. So that wasn't like an option for me. And then in Washington, even though it's really pretty and you can hike and stuff, it's always freaking raining. It's so annoying. But what's funny is I read a fact the other day that Washington gets rain like really often, but as far as like inches, how much they get, it's actually a lot less than most places. So it doesn't rain for like a long time, or doesn't rain a lot of it. It's just so often, which is almost more annoying. I think I'd rather have one major downpour and then no rain for 2 weeks. But yeah, so I really, really like living here. I'm trying to think of what else I'm going to tell you. Then when we were here, we did travel, I'm trying to think of how, I came here first in, I don't even know when it was. I don't know, like March, April, something like that. And that had to have been, the dogs are staring at me, whining and growling because they want to go outside. But I moved here first, and it was seriously the hardest thing I think I've done that I can remember, because I moved here with just my son, and then Matt and the girls stayed in Rochester because they had to finish up like house stuff and get the house like ready to be sold and everything. So I moved here, and I lived here for, I think, 2.5 months. And for people, like, we've never been away from each other for more than maybe like a day. So to go to like from that to being away from each other for 2.5 months, I know for a fact that I could never, ever do a long distance relationship. It was torture. I hated it. Like, I started like breaking down towards the last like few weeks or so, and it was just, yeah, I could never do that again. So anyone who does a long distance relationship, I don't know how you do that. Now, as far as like staying here, I don't have any intention of moving, but my mom growing up traveled a lot. She was a travel agent, and I traveled with her a lot. So, and not even traveling, like, that was one part of it. We also moved a lot. Like, I swear it was like every year or every other year we were moving somewhere else. So it's so normal to me that, like, if someone was like, we need you to move to, I don't know, Florida or Texas or wherever, like, I think for other people, that would be a decision that would take them weeks to decide. It would be, like, stressful. For me, I'd be like, okay, well, how much is it going to cost to pack up and go, blah, blah. Like, I don't want to leave Colorado, but it wouldn't be, like, such a traumatic thing for me to just pick up and move again. Just because it's, like, normal for me. Like, that's what I've been doing my whole life. I've been moving from different places, different country, state. Like, I've lived in 4 different places already, and I'm just in my, mid 30s or whatever. Early 30s? It's mid when is it mid? When you're like 35, 36? I don't know. I'm in my 30s, and I don't want to say how old I am. But, yeah, so moving has definitely been a huge part of my life, but I'm hoping to stay put for a little while, because it does get really annoying to have to constantly change your address and your phone number, and trust me, your family gets really annoyed with that too, because they've got like 20 addresses for me crossed out. You know how like in the handwritten phone book, you write down the address, and then when they move, you cross it out, you write the next one. Yeah, my grandma had like 5 for me. So I'm doing pretty good with this, I think. I'm at 9 minutes and 39 seconds, so I'm almost done. I don't know how entertaining this video was, because I pretty much just talked about moving, but that's my life. Like, that's what I do. I just travel and move and everything. Oh, and speaking of travel, my mom and I, we used to go to like so many different places, and she gets so mad because I don't remember any of them. Like, I remember some places, or I'll remember like one thing about that trip, but I don't remember like where it was or how old I was. She's always like, I spent so much money and you don't remember any of these trips. But that's what happens when you take a 6-year-old on vacation. I made it. I'm at 10 minutes. So what did you guys think? I don't know. Was it entertaining? I'm looking at myself, not at you. Sorry. I don't know. Maybe I'll do this again. Not anytime soon, though. I think that having 10 minutes of pure Kristin with no editing is plenty for a while. But maybe I'll come and do it again, and then we can have like a different topic other than traveling. So if you guys like the video, please give me a thumbs up. If you have suggestions for me, maybe on like another topic I can do, or even just like another video. Like if there's a certain kind of video that you guys want to see, let me know, because honestly, I'm not making these videos for myself. Like, I don't sit at home and watch my own videos. So these are for you to share my life, my story, whatever, my entertainment. I'm here to entertain you. See? Rambling. Okay, gonna go. So make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't already, and I will talk to you later. Peace. Thanks for checking out my channel and watching this video. If you want to see what I'm going to post next, don't forget to subscribe below.